So it was the summer of 2019 and I was really excited to go to college. You know, college are those magical years where you enjoy your life and all that stuff. You know which phone I chose to accompany me on that journey? It was the fucking A50. It had a super AMOLED display. It had a fingerprint scanner, on-screen fingerprint scanner. It had 3 cameras at the back, and still this was the most shittiest phone I've ever used. Why? Let's find that out now. Day one, I get the phone. I'm very happy. I open it. You know, just like any boy, I just go and just look at my phone. I go out what phone I have. Okay, I just look at the AMOLED display. It's the first time using AMOLED display and an on-screen fingerprint scanner. Just then, I felt some frame drops, and I was like, okay, you know, it's just normal. Okay, there was some jittering on the UI. So okay, then maybe just the first few hours will work fine. But after a good 5 hours, 6 hours, there were still frame drops and jitters, and even after a week, there were same frame drops and jitters. That's when I realized I had made a huge mistake. I would have been better off using my old phone than buying this A50 because of the following reasons. The first one, it was slow as fuck. The UI wasn't smooth at all, I'm not gonna lie. The animations, I didn't like the animations that much. The fingerprint scanner was really slow, okay, and did not accept my fingerprint more than 40% of the time. I had to put in 2 fingerprint impressions so that it could recognize my fingerprint faster. Over the years when it updated, the fingerprint scanner speed did increase, but it took more than a year to do that, and before that it was just terrible. It was so bad in the middle I just considered stopping the fingerprint scanner altogether and just going on with the normal old 4-digit pin. The second point I didn't like about this phone was it wasn't reliable at all. Okay, I see a nice bird sitting on a tree. I open my phone, I want to just take a photo of that bird, and it takes 4 seconds to open the bloody camera on this thing. And by the time I take out the phone and I have to take the photo, the bird just flew away. So one of the many capturable moments that I have missed with this phone because of this alone. I was really sad. Another incident of unreliability was that I was just talking to my friends. I talked to him after 5 years. I still call from him. I was like, yeah, dude, what's up and all that stuff. And it just gave up. Switched off. Phone just switched off while talking. I was like, what the fuck, dude? There was nearly 70% battery left on this, but still it's just off and it wouldn't turn on for 5 minutes. I was like, is this something bad? I don't know what happened. So this is some really sloppy things happening. The third is really funny. So the slow-mo camera had frame drops in it. Slow-mo videos are all about smoothness, okay? From frame to frame, you see the water drop going slowly. That is the smoothness. The slow-mo videos are known for smoothness, but the slow-mo videos had frame drops themselves. That was really terrible for Samsung. So after all of this, I started to wonder, like, how could Samsung allow such a phone to be released, like such terrible user experience? And this is one of the biggest selling phone of 2019, I guess, 2019 or 18, whichever year it was released. So, like, there were more than 10 instances where I received that the system UI is not working, isn't responding. Also, if you're enjoying this video and like my experience with Samsung, sub to the channel would be smart. The fourth thing which I didn't like about this phone is particularly the entire thing about Samsung is the customer care experience was atrocious. One day the phone just stopped working. I was using Instagram and bam, it switched off and got stuck at the starting A50 logo. I was worried as no amount of anything would switch off the phone. Just froze the phone. I called the helpline and they told me to perform some procedures and it did not work. So they told me to take it to a service center. As soon as I got off the line, the phone started to heat and all the while being stuck on the start screen. The fifth thing which I really hated about this were the ads. Like after using the phone for about a year, I started receiving apps which I did not install, which I did not want to install. There were apps like Moj, Troll and similar ads on my smartphone, okay? And every time there was a small update, even though I deleted it earlier, the apps used to install again after that update. Every time. After all of this bad thing, or of all these bad things, there was still one ray of sunshine, that the phone's user experience did not worsen over the time. Like user experience was as bad as it was on day one. The battery life also did not decrease, and I got 3 updates of Android. I got to buy a Midrange Samsung phone right now after 2 years. If it were to me, I wouldn't recommend it personally. Like I have experienced this, so I don't want to experience it again. I don't want anyone else to experience the same thing. And if you were to consider the reviews of the prominent Indian YouTuber Gigi Ranjit, Samsung has some real catching up to do. There are phones, the phones are overpriced. You're better off buying a phone from Realme, Oppo, Vivo, and now OnePlus also. It's launching budget smartphones. And if you're going to get ads on a UI, you can just like go back to use Oppo, Vivo, Realme. That's the same thing. Although Samsung has said that they will stop these ads, but you never know. This phone has ruined Samsung experience for me, and I will probably never buy a Samsung device or accessory again in my life. okay, this phone has spoiled the entire One UI experience for me. I was foolish to expect a flagship level experience on a mid-range smartphone, but I didn't mean it to be that bad experience. The mid-range experience is just terrible. So yeah, that was my experience with Samsung. And if you like this video, thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel would be amazing.